Mariners, Eric Wedge.
Well, what a thrill. I tell you what, we've got a fantastic crowd here and a lot of energy in the room. And one of the reasons that Kate and I decided to come to Seattle, because I just feel like there's a lot of energy in Seattle in general. Every time we come into town and get off the plane, you can feel it. Every time you step on the ball field at Safeco, you can feel it. There's an energy, there's an excitement about this town. And I think that, if we can feel it on the other side of the diamond when I was with Cleveland all those years, I know that the opposition is going to feel it even all the more as we get things turned around here. So I'm pleased to have Kate here with me, and as Stan just mentioned, we just bought a house in Mercer Island. We started out with two 53-foot semis coming out here and taking over the QFC down there for about 4 or 5 days, and poor guys had to take a shuttle bus back and forth, or a shuttle truck back and forth to get to our house. But we started out over 400 boxes, and I think we're down to less than 10. So we're getting close. We're getting close to where we need to be. But we're going to get organized before we leave for Arizona, and we're leaving for Arizona here in less than 2 weeks. We've had a busy winter, needless to say. Ava's 4.5. Cash is going to be 3 on February 18th, so we'll have a big birthday party and spring training for him, as we try to do. And I had the pleasure of taking a year off last year and spending time with Kate and the kids, and obviously the opportunity to be here with Seattle is something I'm really looking forward to. I'm an all-in type of guy. That's why we've moved to Seattle. I believe in making sure that everybody around me is of similar attitude. And there's no reason at all we shouldn't have a winning ball club here and a ball club that you can count on year in and year out as a fan. We've got a lot of work to do, but Jack's done a great job. Jack Srenzick's done a great job of building the foundation with the minor league system, with the draft. It's my job to come in here with the Major League Ball Club and try to bridge that gap. Work to make sure that these kids understand what it means to play for the Seattle Mariners. To have pride with that Seattle and that Mariners across your chest. That's what I believe in. That's what we're going to be about. It's going to take a little bit of time for these kids to understand just what type of attitude we're going to have day in and day out. What we represent, as a Mariners ball club. I think that when you talk about the American League, you talk about our division, you talk about our ownership group here, which is very supportive, the front office, which gets it, a player development staff, which is going to help our minor leagues be a strong part of what we're trying to do here. We're going to be able to pluck and have the best of all worlds. We're going to be able to do that. I believe in doing it the right way. There are no shortcuts, okay? We're going to make sure that we do it to where it's foundation-based and it's real. I want something that we can count on. Your bad can only be so bad. You have to raise your level of expectations. You have to do it day in and day out. All right, there are no personal days. There's no sick days. You show up, you come to the ballpark, and you get after it each and every day. As I mentioned in my press conference, I feel like this. I feel like every single day we go out there, we take the field, you know what? It's an experience. It's an honor to wear a big league uniform. And I feel like it's our responsibility to go out there and give it everything we've got. For everybody that's paid to be in the seats, everybody that's watching us on TV, every little child out there, boy or girl that loves the Mariners, because I do think that we represent something. I do know that there's a family of 4 out there that have saved all year long for this one day that they can come to the ballpark. That demands our responsibility, demands our respect, and it's our responsibility to go out there and give them everything we've got. Okay? Joe DiMaggio said one time, back in the day, somebody asked him, how do you come to the ballpark and play the way you do each and every night? He said, because I know that there's somebody out here every night that's watching me play for the first time. And they deserve to watch me play at my very best with me giving it all I've got. Well, that's the attitude that I want our team to have. All right? We're going to be a better club this year, without a doubt. How much better? I don't know. Are we going to be a good club? Yeah, we're going to be a good club sooner or later. Do we have a chance to be a championship club? We will be a championship club sooner than later. It's going to take some time. I can't put a timetable on it. But I do know this. We're going to have the type of ability to where we can go out there and compete with anybody. It's not just about payroll. It's not about just having the greatest talent. It's about being a team. It's about understanding what it means to show up and play every day. It's about having that inner motivation to go out there and just, with that desire to get it done day in and day out. And we'll understand how to play the game. There'll be structure, there'll be discipline, but we'll have fun. You'll enjoy watching them play. You'll enjoy watching them get after it. You'll enjoy watching them compete. And I think that one thing that I need to do, and I'm going to do, and I want to do this spring, is just make sure I educate everybody as to what we're doing as we build this thing. We're not rebuilding, we're building. All right? You're not rebuilding when you have a Felix or Mitra, okay? All right? You've already had some pieces in place. We've already had some young minor league players that are good minor league players that are going to be good big league players. We've got some kids at the major league level that are trying to figure it out. It's our job to help them do that. I've got a fantastic coaching staff. Fantastic coaching staff. You know, that understand what it means to be a champion. That understands what a heartbeat of a champion is. When you go out there and you play 162 games, 6 months, and you compete at this level with the best in the world, against the best in the world, you have to have a championship heartbeat that allows you not to get too up or too down. All right? It's a sport of failure. You go out there, even the best of the best, you fail every single night. You've got to have the type of mental toughness that allows you to work through that even field. Like I tell the kids, baseball is what you do, it's not who you are. Who you are is what you are as a person, as a father, as a husband, okay? I think that what you need to understand that you have to delineate between that. And if you go 4 for 4, you're not a better person. If you go 0 for 4, you're not a worse person. So if you can work on that even keel, and you can walk in and out of the clubhouse each day and understand that, then we've got a chance to be a pretty consistent ball club. Pretty consistent ball club. And that consistency will pay off over 162 games. And that's tough. It takes time to learn. It takes time to acquire that discipline. It takes time to have that thick skin and have that type of toughness. But we're capable of doing it. I've been a part of it before, and I plan to be a part of it right here. I'm excited about Seattle. I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm excited for the fact that, you know, we're 1,000 miles away from any other ball club. I like that. I do. I want to be the only show in town when it comes to big league baseball, all right? Because we're going to use that to our advantage. You know, the travel I know is going to be tough. But you know what? We're not looking at it like we've got to travel, 81 games. We're looking at it like people have to come to us. And we're going to use that to our advantage. All right? The glass has to be half full. We have to use all this to our advantage. We have to use you with that energy and that excitement in this town. All right? And I tell you, once we put this thing together, all right, we'll be able to keep it together, decide, who we're going to keep, who we're going to pull out of the minor leagues, maybe grab a free agent here and there, because of the support of the fans. Because of your support, we're going to be able to do that. Because you'll learn to love this team. You'll learn to love the way they play. You'll be excited about the way they play. You'll see that, you'll feel that, and you'll be a part of this. That's why I tell everybody, I say, listen, you need to get on board right now. Get on board right now, buy into what I'm saying, buy into what I'm selling. No different than I'm going to talk to these players about here in a couple of weeks, because it's going to be an exciting ride. Anytime you build something, you build it the right way, it's even all the more exciting, all the more gratifying when you get there. All right? Now, we were able to do that in Cleveland, but after 08, the economics of which in that market, we weren't able to do it. We had to trade off 15 players in less than 2 years. Hey, it's part of it. It's part of the gig. When I take this on, I took on the good, the bad, and the ugly. I expect everybody out here to be screaming and throwing stuff at me at some point in time this year. That's okay. Just don't be quiet. Voice your opinion. Yell, scream, cry. Do what you have to do. But be on board. Listen. Ask questions. Anytime anybody asks me a question, I'm always going to have an answer for you. You may not like it, but I'm going to have an answer, and there's going to be a thought process with it. And these kids are going to understand what it means to play good, hard, smart baseball. All right? They have to pay attention. They have to manage the game with me. I want them to understand what it means to go out there and find a way to win ball games. What it means to go out there and expect to win ball games. All right? To think it through. Be with me. Be in my head during the game. Think about it, think about it, think about it. Everybody asks me, well, why are so many catchers managers? Because you have to understand every aspect of the game. You're the only guy looking out at everybody else, and everybody's looking at you. Right? You have to understand every aspect of the game. You have to pay attention. You have to watch the game. You have to learn. And this game is the greatest game in the world because you're learning something every day. It's a multi-skilled sport that you have to master. It's a sport of failure. It's a team sport with individual battles. You get the best of all worlds. We're playing it day in and day out. Every single day we show up, we got to play. Sometimes 20 days in a row, sometimes 29 out of 30. And you get a couple of days off, no days off this spring. These kids are going to have to get out there and get after it. And that's what we're going to teach them to do. When it comes